tests. And drop them some more. This test simulates hitting a rock at 12 miles an hour. But sometimes just seeing the damage to a helmet isn't enough for kids. So test engineer Harv Abel came up with a demonstration that's not so scientific, but sure is impressive. He straps a melon into a bike helmet and drops it about 7 feet. No damage. But look what happens when he drops one without a helmet. Hal hopes this little demonstration will convince your kids to use their melons before they go riding. Harv is a test engineer with Consumer Reports, and he joins us this morning. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, Charlie. Good morning.
How do you convince kids they got to wear them?
Well, kids say that they're too hot, they're uncomfortable, they pinch, and they don't look cool. This illustration here shows what happens to your head in a very graphic way. When you don't wear a helmet, it splits, and when you do wear a helmet.
Yeah, but when you show them cantaloupes, does that work?
Well, sometimes you have to be tougher with them. My grandson said he didn't want to wear the helmet I got him, and he said because his friends made fun of him and said it wasn't cool. So I said, you got to wear your helmet or you got to eat spinach. And he wears his helmet.
Well, there are 15 states in this country that have mandatory helmet laws, I understand.
Correct.
And you can see demonstrably in those states. I know I was looking at New Jersey statistics that indicate they really do make a difference.
Yeah, actually, some of the cities have tougher laws than the state laws. And you're quite right that the incidence of wearing helmets seems to be correlated with whether or not they have tough helmet laws.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk about design, differences in design.
Yeah, here's a helmet that has excellent graphics and has a couple of interesting features. Has what we call a stabilizer in the back that helps to position the back of the head. Very important feature is this pinch guard on the buckle. When you try to get a good fit, sometimes kids will complain because it pinches some of the skin under the neck, but this pinch guard protects that. Another good feature is this locking feature when you're trying to adjust the straps to fit properly. This is a nice secure lock, works really well. Those are good features.
All right, and safety standards. I mean, is there a way to tell that this helmet really will make a difference if you're in an accident?
Yeah, last spring the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the CPSC, issued a new mandatory standard. And when you go shopping for a helmet, if you take a look right here on the box, it says CPSC, or you can look inside the helmet, and here you can see it on this helmet. It's this gold sticker right here, CPSC. That's your assurance that this helmet has met minimum government safety standards in the manufacturing.
I was asking about design a little bit. This one has a sort of windswept design, but doesn't seem to come down too far on your head. These are rounder. Maybe they come down a little further. Is there much difference in the design of these things in terms
That's
of...
That's a good question. Actually, the new standard provides more coverage. So you see on the new models, the ones that are approved by the CPSC, it does cover more, especially for children. One of the things you're looking at here, this is an interesting helmet. This is called an in-molded helmet. It's a new technology. It allows you to have more vents. We also test for vents, and one of the questions we ask is, do more vents really cool more? And the answer is yes, they do. Do more vents still provide protection? And within the limits, we tested up to 20 vents. They still provide good protection.
Okay. Is there did you find major differences? Is there a major difference in price, for instance? Can you find a good helmet that satisfies your standards that's relatively
Some of our best buys are only $20 or $30. What you get for the more expensive helmets are more technology. And we have some good examples of what happened. This is actually the helmet that we dropped yesterday. This is called an in-molded kind of helmet. Here's actually how a helmet works. We peel away the graphic shell that's designed to make kids enjoy the helmet. Is the foam. The foam is the working part of the helmet. The energy of an impact is transmitted to the helmet, and as the helmet changes its shape and crushes, that's what protects you.
All right, and I know you want to get rid of a helmet as soon as it has a major problem with it.
You're absolutely right.
To get rid of it.
Yeah, now this is an interesting helmet. This is the way that helmets have been made up to now. This helmet was dropped about a week before yesterday's filming. But when you take a look at this helmet, it has, again, a thin shell, just like that one does, but this looks pretty good. So you could have an accident, look at this and say, hey, this is okay, I could wear this again. But watch this, when you take this off,
there's a major problem here.
Big dent here, and that's why this helmet can only be used once, because once it's crushed, it can never recover, and so you cannot use this helmet again. You have to return it and get a new one.
We have a young bicyclist here, Nicky Platt, and we're going to give him a fitting with a helmet while we take some commercial breaks, and at the end of the show, we'll show you what Nicky Platt looks like in a helmet that we've fitted with him just properly. All right, Harvey, you get to work on that. We'll take a commercial break. When we return, Linda Fiorentino, the new Sundance Kid. Good Morning America continues.
Once in a while, a car comes along that's really worth pursuing. A car with features like an automatic transmission, alloy wheels, ABS, a security system, and more, all offered at a price that has proven to be very elusive. Of course, you have to see such a car. To not would be criminal. The Special Edition Accord from Honda. Now get special APR financing as low as 3.9% for 36 months on new 4-cylinder Accords.
Right now at Verdines,
Beauty 2000.
find the names and fragrances
The gifts, bonuses.
and great values.
Verdines Beauty 2000.
Buy your favorite Givenchy scent.
And receive an elegant signature tote.
It's all the Gucci rush she wants.
This gift set for only $49.50.
Or the clean scent of Polo Sport.
Value sets for her, only $45. And for him, only $52.50.
Or a gift that shines.
When you purchase White Diamonds.
All the names, fragrances, gifts, bonuses, and great values.
Verdines Beauty 2000.
Don't miss it.
I'm Richard Golden. Let's face it, you don't buy glasses every day, so the style you choose could be with you for years. That's why DOC offers the largest selection of designer eyewear, because great designer frames make you look great. Now, to make it easy, DOC is selling all designer frames for half off. That's right, for a limited time, all designer frames are 50% off. Now, there's no reason why you can't look your best during DOC's half-off designer frame sale.
This great Jubilee year 2000 is the anniversary of the birth of Jesus Christ. It is the year to renew your faith and hope in Jesus through the work of the Holy Spirit. It is also the year to come home to the Lord. During this Lenten season, I will pray for you to hear God's call to be reconciled. I want you to know that you are loved and needed in the Catholic Church, and I invite you to come home to the Lord.
An American girl searching for her Irish roots. A trip to a nearby bank. The last time anyone saw her before she suddenly vanished tonight.
We're terrific. We're colossal. We're even mediocre.
Their comedy made us laugh, but their lives were pure drama. An ABC original, The Three Stooges, Monday, April 24th, 8/7 Central.
Oh, how we love her style. Oh, if we could all be that sophisticated and fast on our feet in movies like Men in Black and The Last Seduction. Linda Fiorentino has a way of stealing the show, and she is at it again in Where the Money Is, and stealing scenes from guess who? I mean, can you imagine? Paul Newman. She plays a weary healthcare worker who sees a chance to shake up her life when she's assigned to this consummate con man in Where the Money Is.
You want to save your marriage by robbing a bank. I want you to see a priest.
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I'm going to wake up one morning wearing diapers, sucking lime jello through a straw, and I'm going to wonder where my life went. I'm the one who's dead here. I gotta do something.
What is Linda Fiorentino?
I forgot to wear my diapers.
Paul Newman. So it has to give you pause when you walk on the set, right?
Well, you know, Paul's a very serious actor.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He
No.
just jokes all the time. I mean, we could hardly get through the day because we were giggling so much, like high school actors, and the director had to stop us often from laughing. We'd have to go out and, like, collect ourselves.
Is it true that your mother went nuts?
She did. I called my mother and said, Mom, I'm doing this movie with Paul Newman, and she said, oh, honey, you've made it, finally. As if, like, for 15 years, all the movies I'd made didn't count until Paul Newman was in them.
And then when you went to see it yourself and watched it, you finally grasped what it meant, right?
When we were shooting the movie, I knew that if I had given in to, you know, my awe and, you know, the idea that he was a legend, etc., that I wouldn't be able to work with him every day. So I just treated him like every other actor I've ever worked with. And then I saw the film with my best friend, Julie, and fell off my seat halfway through the film when I realized that I had actually done this film with him.
Movie with him. I know that you're more than an amateur photographer. You're pretty serious about it, yes?
I would say I'm very serious, but I am an amateur. I mean,
Yeah.
I've actually been published now, and
That's right.
I
We
took a
want to
very,
show everybody
very
your
serious moment.
photo.
Very serious moment with Paul Newman on the set.
I'm sure it's one of his all-time favorite photos of himself, right?
We've never seen him like that before, have we?
Well, no.
And he approved it, so I gave him photo approval on it.
Yeah. You did?
I
did
did.
you really? Oh,
Yes.
that's good. That's nice to know. You have one of those careers that I think is, that I love, where it doesn't come easy, but it comes because you earn it and because you got the talent. And when you look back over it, and you look at the people who walk in the first day and just all happens immediately, do you envy them? Do you resent them?
No, I think, well, for me it was actually pretty easy because the first movie I ever got was my first audition, and it was after that I started to struggle. It was after my first job, and because I wasn't sure it's what I wanted to do with my life. And I think I've always felt secure in that if I couldn't do it or I couldn't do it the way I wanted to, that I would just join the workforce in another way. And so I think that has given me a freedom to, you know, deal with some of the things women have to deal with in Hollywood.
Well, what a career you have now in every single film, as we were saying. It's really, it makes us all stop and think, I think I'll dress differently and start exercising mainly. Yeah. Before you go, in the realm of smart human tricks, I am told growing up, you memorized the alphabet on a little table and learned how to do it backwards.
Well, I actually thought I was doing it the right way, so it was probably a cry for help. You know, I probably had a little bit of dyslexia, but I had this little tea table, you know, you have when you're a little girl, and it had the alphabet on it, and so I learned it backwards, and when I went to first grade, I looked up at the board, my first day of school, and it was A to Z, and I raised my hand and told the nun it was wrong.
So, do the alphabet backwards.
God, I need more coffee, I think. All right, I'll try. This is for you, Mom. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGBCBA.
Ooh!
Did I miss one?
Very cool.
Pretty good for the morning. I don't know how you do this every morning. I don't.
I'll tell you in the break. Linda Fiorentina, great to have you. We'll be back.
You too. I'm so nervous.
That's amazing. You did that amazing.
I am a Christian.
I am.
Sick of poopy diapers.
I am maybe 10 pounds overweight.
Trying to quit drinking.
I am a blonde again. I am dying of cancer.
I've got too much stress.
Not enough time. No husband anymore, but then I remember.
I am.
I am.
I am.
Never alone.
Forgiven.
I am going to heaven through Jesus Christ. How about you?
Yes, Jesus loves me.
Are you eligible for Medicare? Well then, be sure you get the 7 essential benefits from HUMANA Gold Plus. Call 1-800-537-3705 for this booklet, 7 ways to improve your Medicare coverage. Here are the first 4. Number 1, with thousands of doctors nationwide, it's easy to pick your favorite. Number 2, 100% hospitalization means you'll be covered down the road. Number 3, prescription drug coverage means paying for medicine won't leave you in the hole. Number 4, an annual hearing test, eye, and dental exams are all covered, so you won't miss anything important. You want 5, 6, and 7? Call now. They're listed in the booklet. HUMANA Gold Plus is an HMO with a Medicare Plus Choice contract and has no plan premium. Medicare pays us, so you don't have to. Ready to learn more? Call now for your free booklet, 7 Ways to Improve Your Medicare Coverage. Call 1-800-537-3705.
Washington Mutual, second and main, please. I hope I'm not late for work.
I can't believe it. I've got a Washington Mutual employee in my cab. Don't you worry, Nancy.
The missus and I got our home equity loan from Washington Mutual. They really paid attention to the details. There's one thing I can't stand is people who don't pay attention to what they're doing.
Thank you. What do I owe you?
That's a good one. You owe me.
Let Washington Mutual make a fan out of you. Washington Mutual. Join the club.
Spring has sprung, and so now's the time to get your gardens in gear. And for the inexperienced gardener, a few tips this morning from our gardening contributor, Rebecca Coles, also host of the syndicated TV show, Rebecca's Garden. Here she is.
Tip number 1. If you're a first-time gardener, it's a great idea to take advantage of local gardens in your area and see what's blooming there, see what you like, what you don't like. It's a great way to get some good ideas. For example, most people plant tulips by themselves, but if you use some annuals, mix them in with the tulips, take a look at the combination you get. That looks great. Now, once your tulips are up and blooming, it means your roses aren't far behind, and it's a good time to start them on a feeding program. You can feed them a water-soluble fertilizer or pick one up at the nursery, one that's made specifically for roses. And once a month, you want to feed them. And also keep in mind, if you want your roses to stay and grow healthy, they need room to grow. They don't like to be squeezed into tight spaces. They need good air circulation. Now, weeds can be a gardener's worst enemy. Not only do they steal nutrients from the soil, but they also rob the plant of water. So it's very important that you stay on top of them. Keep this tip in mind. 30 minutes a day will keep the weeds away. Perennials that bloom in the fall can be divided in the spring, like this chrysanthemum. All you need to do is get yourself a spade and drive it down the perimeter of the plant. We'll rock it back and forth, and we're just trying to loosen this so we can pull it out. Now, once you lift it out, we can either separate it by hand, or in this case, we'll take the spade and drive it right through the center. And there you go, 2 plants for the price of 1. We're going to dig 2 holes now, get these planted right away, water and fertilize them, and in no time, we'll have blooms in the fall once again. If your garden contains spring-blooming shrubs like lilac, spirea, or even rhododendrons, it's very important that you're prudent with your pruning. You'll want to wait till the flowers fade, then come through and prune. But you have a window of about 6 weeks. If you wait any later than that, there's a good chance you'll cut off next year's flowers. Well, hopefully these tips I've given you will give you a jump start in your spring garden.
Good Morning America's Gardening and Lifestyle is brought to you by Scott's Turf Builder with +2 weed control.
50 years of bringing hope to children from across the globe.
Since 1950, Miami Children's Hospital has helped children with impossible problems find hope and to hear the music in life, to give them a fighting chance and help them overcome great adversity. Miami Children's Hospital was here for them.
Miami Children, 50 years. You gotta swing in the spring, put some swing in your spring. Spring is here and your shopping around. The best brands are here, price beyond compare. Don't go anywhere till your shopping around. Decorate your space, freshen up the place. Spend a smile on your face when you're shopping around.
Save up to 65% on the top brands every day.
There's always something new when you're shopping around. Yeah.
Critics across the country have seen the future, and the future is here. The National Press News gives it 7 very bright stars. Whether you're on the edge of your seat or not, you will sit down. IHOP presents dinner. Old-fashioned pot roast, herb roasted chicken, tasty side dishes, dinners at IHOP. Open 1. Another anytime's a good time for IHOP release.
Home loan junk mail. Seems like every day you get another piece of junk from a company you've never heard of offering you cash. When you need money, call Metropolitan Mortgage. They've been helping homeowners for 50 years, and now they're better than ever. Low rates, local offices, surprisingly low payments, fast cash even when others have said no. Forget the junk. Call Metropolitan Mortgage today at 1-800-EASY-YES. 50 years of doing it right.
Your prayers have been answered. Keeping the faith is terrific. Hilarious. Funny. Sexy.
Holy majoli.
Loaded with laughs.
I have a relationship with my phone. It's set to vibrate.
Wow. Maybe the best date movie ever.
Punch me.
I'm not gonna punch you.
Are you some kind of wood? No.
Keeping the faith. Rated PG-13. Starts April 14th.
Harv Abel has fitted our bicyclist, Nicky Platt.
Yes, and there's 2 final tips. when you go shopping for a helmet, bring your child with you to ensure a good fit. And because you want to protect the forehead, which is where most injuries occur, make sure that the front of the helmet is just above the eyebrows, and it stays there. It passes what we call the jiggle test.
All right, Harv, thanks very much.
You're welcome. Have a healthy day.
I don't think I passed the jiggle test, but it's a different story.
Let's not go there.
Different story.
We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Today, sexy Hugh Grant, plus sexy looks no man can resist. Nominated for 12 Emmys, it's The View, ABC Daytime.
One of television's biggest comedy stars is about to be transformed into one of Disney's most timeless characters. This May, Drew Carey stars in a classic adventure, seen through the eyes of Pinocchio's father in Disney's Geppetto. Sunday, May 7th, only on ABC.
This is not Christopher Columbus. This is not Madame Curie. This is Kevin Brooks' kindergarten class.
What are the tadpoles going to turn into, guys?
And this is a child learning.
When you build a child's curiosity, they discover a whole new world.
This is the power of learning.
This is a Channel 10 Eyewitness News update.
Good morning. It is just before 9 o'clock. I'm Glenna Milburn.
And I'm Mark Schumacher. Here's where we are right now in the showdown for Elian Gonzalez. U.S. Attorney General Janet Reno has ordered the boy be handed over to U.S. Marshals at 2 o'clock this afternoon at Opelika Airport, while the Miami relatives say they are not going to cooperate. Now, this is a live picture you're looking at right now. These are the protesters lined up outside the Little Havana home. Also down there on the ground for us is reporter Mark Joyella. He now picks up our coverage this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark. 5 hours now remain until that government-imposed deadline for the Miami family to turn Elian over at the Opelika Airport. The focus clearly on this family, but as we saw earlier, there's no stress on the face of Lázaro González, who was smiling as he emerged from his home this morning. Last night, however, he did make his feelings known when he said he would not deliver Elian anywhere. And so this showdown is in the making. These are pictures of Elian as he returned to the Little Havana home late last night. Demonstrators greeting him after his meeting with the Attorney General Janet Reno, where she said they have until 2 o'clock today. Now, there has already been one arrest. Miami police taking away one demonstrator in the hours before sunrise here in Little Havana. He had, in the words of police, been agitating in the crowd and attempted to cross a police line. He was taken away. Since then, we have seen an increase in the number of police officers here outside the Gonzalez family home. And we are told there are even more Miami police officers staging elsewhere in case those added forces are needed here. At this point, though, the demonstrators are being very peaceful. There was a prayer meeting earlier. The mayor of Miami is here. Everyone waiting to find out if this family can work out something to avert some kind of physical confrontation. That's the scene live in Little Havana. Mark Joyella, Channel 10 Eyewitness News.
We have crews on every single angle. Stay with Eyewitness News throughout the day.
We'll see you.
On the inside, he's actually cracking a smile. Oldsmobile Alera with the active response system. 16 features working together to help connect you to the road. Oh, yeah. Alera by Oldsmobile.
To what lengths will women go? We'll decide. Skirts at any length. New for spring. Color. Embellished. Prints and patterns. Sexier. Maybe. Ink. Definitely. Skirts from Ink International Concepts. At Berdine's, the Florida store.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're very nice. Hey, welcome to the show. Today, my guests will find out their lovers have been deceiving them about their relationship.
In the United States.
And we have a look at Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, where Janet Reno's plane is now waiting for her. Originally this morning at Opelika, they have since, because of security reasons, moved to the Executive Airport in Fort Lauderdale. That plane moved this morning at approximately 10:30, 11 o'clock. Janet Reno still in South Florida, dealing with this issue on a personal matter, and certainly as a matter of being the Attorney General. Good afternoon. The world is waiting and watching to see how this heart-wrenching drama will play out.
Certainly the events today are nothing short of extraordinary, and we do have a team of reporters that are covering every angle of this story. We're going to begin with Patricia Andreu, who is live right now.